everyone have a good festive period?
To be fair, too good. I've not stopped seeing people and going to places and stuff. Never been this busy, even at work. Ridiculous.
I had a lot of cheese. That's the good bit. That's the
what's
highlight
that?
of Christmas. Say that M&S Cheese Board, who are sponsoring,
Are they?
but they don't know it yet. But if they want to send me any free M&S cheese boards, then
Yeah.
feel free.
It's not actually made out from cheese, or is it?
Well, cheese board.
Yeah.
The board is the board bit, and the cheese is the cheese bit.
Yeah, I never understood that.
It's cheese on a board, isn't it?
Yeah, but you think you'd have a
board.
hard
I mean,
cheese.
I can see where they got the name from. Personally, it just seems to make sense.
Cheese on a board is more sense, I think.
But that's only makes more sense to people who are confused by the concept of a cheese board.
Absolutely, yeah.
For your Christmas dinner, were you holding out for somebody to actually bring out blankets to put the bacon in?
No, because they're already in. Pigs are already in the blanket, as it says, pigs in blankets. I get that. Cheese on board. Pigs in blankets.
We're now
cheese on board.
By M&S Cheese on Boards.
Can I just say M&S pigs in blankets are really good as well.
Not had a bad pigs in blanket this Christmas, I don't think. All been top drawer.
There used to be a sausage man in Cambridge.
You know him well.
In December, he generally does sausages anyway. But during
that's why they call him Sausage Man, is it?
It's a very apt name for it.
Mm-hmm.
But during December, he used to do 5 for £1 pigs in blankets, little cocktail sticks in. They were fantastic. I always wondered why more people didn't do this, and then he stopped doing it as well.
Or what the hell's in it? 5 for £1.
Well, I'm guessing 5 for £1. It still represents a decent margin for him.
Yeah, well, it must be, yeah, which is a bit disturbing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but most people can't be bothered to make their own, particularly then take them shopping with them. Whereas man next to the market selling 5 for £1, there you go. That's the sort of private enterprise on which this country was founded.
Review of last week's games.
We don't need to go through every game, do we? Can we just
we can ignore the ones that don't matter. We may mention the score as a courtesy, but that's about it.
That quick little game of Daz has just set us back 40 minutes. That's all.
It's okay. The good thing is this works out for Daz because we don't have to mention Dallas 30, Washington 23 on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Detroit bowed out for the season, losing 23-10 in Minnesota. Both teams now have 8-8 records.
That's true as well. That is true.
Oh yeah, it's not made up.
Am I right? Minnesota is it 6 unbeaten? Is it 6?
Probably not, it's probably not 6, but it's a decent run there, man.
How's that happened?
They got a quarterback back for a start. Although they did win one with a backup, but they were struggling for a while. But
even still, though, that's very much gone. Well, it's gone under my radar. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, if the Lions and Vikings both win this weekend, all 4 teams have got winning records. Yeah. Broncos 20, Chiefs 13. That's 4 defeats on the bounce for the once good Kansas City Chiefs. The homeless,
proud.
The Kansas City hobos, as they're now known.
I did watch this match, and I'll give it credit where it's due. That backup quarterback, I can't pronounce the name. He was very good. I expected him to be
the Chiefs.
Yeah, the guy he's been there about 4 years.
I think very good's probably pushing it, but he didn't go to pieces, which is all you can ask for from a backup QB, I think.
His last name reminds me of something like to Mortal Kombat when you used to play Mortal Kombat on PlayStation. Like
I didn't.
A Ludican. Like that, Ludican.
No, that was Street Fighter, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe that
was you cunt.
Yeah, maybe that's you cunt. What?
Who you cunt?
Yeah.
That's what I said when he ran out.
If you think like what Sanders played like in his debut in the first couple of games.
Yeah.
And this was essentially Harry Uken, that's his name forever now. This
Harry
was his first game, and he looked really comfortable. I appreciate he's had 4 years of being the backup to Kermit, and he knows all the plays and everything. But he looked really good.
Yeah,
I think he was probably told, just get rid. He was, if he hung on to the ball too long, he was going to get flattened by the Broncos defense. So he was just sensible. He ran the fuck away from the pocket. He was passing quite quickly when he needed to. He played sensibly.
This is something that's probably new to me, obviously, because I've started to take more of an interest in the NFL in the last couple of years. But is this changing of the guard kind of happens every 4 or 5 years, or is this seems quite a brutal change in the guard? Do you know what I mean? Or is it usually more subtle than this? Do you know what I mean by that?
In terms of performances, I don't think there's a great deal of difference between this year's Chiefs and last year's Chiefs. It's just the big thing is that 12-0 one-score games last year, 1-9 this year.
Yeah,
I think that's the big difference. So you could say it's quite marginal, the actual drop-off, but the performances weren't great last year either.
It was more also not just the Chiefs, but like I know you can throw injuries into it as well, but like the Ravens supposed to be really good, haven't really fulfilled the potential. The Lions obviously touted as one of the best teams. They've really dropped off. The Eagles, all right, they seem to have got a bit of form back. But
they've dropped off though. They're not as good this year.
Last 2 years, teams seem to have really been in the toilet.
Washington.
Well, you had one good year.
Yeah, but it's still a good year last year, but completely dropped off.
Yeah, well, it's probably a fair point. Well, I'm talking about the
I think more teams have dropped off. Yeah, Vikings obviously dropped off this year as well. I think it seems more this year, but also it's been kind of quite spectacular. Some of the falls from grace,
and I think that's possibly the beauty of the league and itself. With the draft and everything, because you do get these cycles. It's not like Man City win everything for 10 years and then it goes.
You got the draft and the salary cap. Yeah.
So
that's the whole idea of it. That's why someone having a level of success for, let's say, a couple of cycles, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, someone like Andy Reid, who's done it repeatedly throughout his career at 2 different teams, and obviously Belichick as well. It's quite rare that people do that for that long. It's
kind of like the magic dust of you need the holy trinity, don't you? You need a good coach, you need good players, and you need a good system. And when you've got that, it's like the Leicester winning the Premier League, isn't it?
I think the more sustainable one was the Patriots, because it wasn't the players, it was purely the system they played. Tom Brady, look, he obviously the most winningness of all quarterbacks.
The greatest quarterback of all time.
And that's because he fit that really well. You couldn't have had a Lamar in there and done it, or he run that offense. You better.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
No, he's back. We'll never know what he said. The weird thing is, I was seeing a thing the other day about the remember the Scott Norwood Super Bowl, the Bills Giants.
Yeah.
So that came up on some thing, and so they cut into Bill Parcells getting the old Gatorade shower at the end, and obviously I forgot. Standing next to him is his defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, seriously,
always forgot about that. Yeah,
that shut down that amazing wide right. Is that right?
Yeah.
I've just typed in Scott Norwood, and the first thing that came back is wide right.
It's like Finkel laces. That's how it.
Well, it's essentially the plot of Ace Ventura.
That was
only they moved it to Miami. Yeah, but he didn't exist. He was Scott Norwood.
Oh, right. Finkel wasn't a real player?
No.
I always thought he was.
Oh, Ray.
Right, so that whole missing the kick and whatnot is based on this guy, Scott. Whatever.
Yes.
Got you. All right. Didn't know that. Oh, well.
There we go. See, every day
is a school day.
A school.
Greg's amazing fact.
Yeah.
I know.
You see, I was going to do that.
I don't get to do that, did I? Well, thing is, if I agree to cut that bit out, you can have it as your fact later on.
Scott Norwood. Ray Finkel.
Excuse me. Yeah, anyway, where were we?
Cardinals 14, Bengals 37. Arse kicking for the Cardinals. Any more to say there?
Not really. Only that one. I had 2 stats from the game.
Go on. We've got time. We've not got nothing else to mention.
I've got my interesting fact will be one I'll do later, but these were
interesting facts. You don't do facts.
No, I don't.
You get an interesting stat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, only player along with Randy Moss, who was quite a good receiver, if you didn't know, to get 7 receiving touchdowns in every one of his first 5 seasons. That's quite an accomplishment.
That is good, actually.
And obviously, Trey McBride, he now has the most receptions in a single season for a tight end, 119.
I saw that one. He's like 4th on the list as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I had heard of the top 2. LaDainian Tomlinson is
LaDainian, yeah.
And who's the first one?
Bowers was 3rd or something on the list.
I think it might have been.
Because Bowers was 1 ahead of McBride last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it was a shit game.
They hardly showed it.
Sorry. Who was quarterback?
Brissett, yeah.
And how's he doing?
Pretty standard, really.
Is he? So what about next season, keeping him?
They will keep him, I imagine, as long as the contract makes sense.
It makes sense because they've got so much more to do elsewhere in that team.
Which makes me think he probably will keep Murray. I don't know.
What did you trade Murray for? What would you get rid of him?
I reckon they can ditch him and it not have too much of a hit. Because I think he's like 3 or 4 years into his contract.
His value, though, draft-wise, pick-wise.
Yeah,
I don't think there's much.
Replace him with. We're currently drafting 5th, so there's a chance we get a high pick of a quarterback. But I think from what you said, it's not a quarterback year, really, is it?
I reckon 2. I reckon there'll be 2 in the first round. And one's going to go first overall. I think he's called Mendoza.
Yes, he is. Yeah, we were talking about that with Callum the other day. Mendoza.
Yeah, he's. I like the fact that he just sounds like a generic criminal from a Steven Seagal film. Damn you, Mendoza!
Yeah, Trump won't let him in.
I think what he's doing with Senegal fans. Is it Senegal and Nigeria who World Cup?
And Haiti fans as well.
Yeah, the banned all the fans.
What, you can't come and watch?
No,
technically he's banned everyone, which means they're players as well.
But then he's
from one
World Cup. No, well, now
from traveling to America, which means their players can't go either.
So specifically, if you're Somalian, you can't enter the United States. Is that what you're saying?
Or Senegalese or Haitian.
Nigeria.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Is that even legal?
The players can come in, and the coaches, he said, we'll let them in. That's it. Fair play to him, I say.
Yeah, you do say that, don't you? Ravens 41, Packers 24. Packers look so ill-equipped for playoffs at the moment.
Yeah.
They are just fucking struggling.
Yeah. They relied so much on Parsons, didn't they?
It wasn't just that. It's also they've lost people from their O-line as well. They've lost their quarterback. There's just everything just went over those 2 weeks. They lost half their starters, and they're in such a shit position going into the playoffs.
They're just too lightweight, aren't they? Even with the starters, I don't know whether I'm tainted by obviously how the season's panned out, but even the starters, I don't think are good enough.
See, I think the Green Bay with a full team, I think are like Super Bowl contender 11. Really are that good. Yeah.
Can I just say though, Malik Willis played fantastic.
He did, yeah.
Yes,
really good.
His name has been mentioned for a team who are desperate for a quarterback for next season, and his name has come up a few times.
Where did you find that out on?
Social media?
Just been mentioned. No, it was on someone's YouTube channel. And it wasn't even a Steelers one. It was someone talking about the Steelers. Because they're saying Rodgers isn't going to be there next year, so they need to get someone in. And the chances are what they'll do is draft someone later in the draft, a later round, and get someone in who can do a year or two. And the name that came up was Malik Willis.
That'd go down well, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't mind it. Someone who can move a quarterback, it wouldn't be bad.
Not seen that for a few years.
Justin
Long
Fields.
time.
Well,
yeah, and he did okay for a bit, and then they fucking left him out for fucking Wilson.
Great decision.
But Ravens won this one, obviously, without Lamar Jackson playing. And Huntley, once again, steady away. I say it every week, and I'll say it again. He was in the team when they beat the Bears.
Have you got his stats in front of you?
He's only lost one. He's lost one game this year. He started,
yeah, 16 of 20, 107 yards and a touchdown.
The reason I asked that is I was going to say that he probably attempted less than 10 passes in the game because it all seemed to go through Henry, but 20.
Well, he had 36 attempts at rushing. And Huntley had 8 and got 60 himself. So,
well, why? And there was the other running back as well. He did okay.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Yeah. I was saying last week, after the Ravens had lost to the Patriots, why don't they give the ball to Derrick Henry more?
Yeah.
And they did this week, and he fucking won them the game. All season, they've been giving him like 10, 12 touches in games, and he's been doing fuck all, and they've lost 8 when they should be like a team who win 12, 13.
Particularly in the matches where you didn't have Jackson to run as well, when he's been injured. That's set up for Henry there to pick up the slack, and he didn't.
It just seems like such an obvious thing to do if you've got Derrick Henry in your team. I mean, I'm not an NFL
That's
coach.
an obvious thing, isn't it? Yeah.
But you go, this guy's really good. And even if teams know you're doing a running play, if the running back you've got is Derrick Henry, there's not that much they can do about it. He did another one where he pushed that guy's face, and he went a good 10 yards.
Like he was about 3 stone.
Yeah, he didn't want anything to do with it. None of them did on the sideline.
Always liked Derrick Henry until he joined the Ravens. Ravens are heavy favourites going into the final game in the AFC North.
Unfortunately, I agree with you.
Yeah. You could argue neither team this season deserves to be in the playoffs. One of them's going to be, and you'd probably go with momentum on this. Texans 20, Chargers 16. I did like this game.
Great game.
Was fought, won and lost in the trenches, this game. And I do like those ones.
Although, to be fair, everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Chargers. Interception, which were his fault. Missed field goals. All line was shocking. In the first quarter, just let 2 bombs go past them. Yeah,
I've had Dicker as my kicker all season. And this is the first week he let me down.
Yeah, it was poor. But get it out of the way.
Yeah, the Chargers next week. Do we think? I mean, I know it will affect draft position and stuff like that. But do you reckon they'll make the most of it being the final week and they're already in the playoffs? Because they are the walking wounded, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
The Chargers. It wouldn't surprise me if they. I'm not saying they'll tank next week, but they may rest a few stars.
They've got to. They can't risk any more injuries.
Texans, though, again, keeping a decent offense to less than 20 points.
That defense will probably make the difference, I reckon.
I don't think there's any doubt over the course of the season they've been the best. And I think 2 games they've given up more than 20 points. And
over the course of the season?
And one of those was a team scoring twice in garbage time.
That's impressive.
It is.
I think the Texans are coming form at the right time.
They started so badly as well. I think
they're
the 7th team in history. The 7th team in history. Yeah, 7th team in history to start 0-3 and reach the playoff.
Yeah, because I remember us saying very early on that we thought their league, their division wasn't competitive, so they take the foot off the gas and get complacent and only come alive towards the end. But I think they've had a bit of a wake-up call.
Well, the offense woke up about week 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But the defense, even when they were losing early on in the season, they're losing something like 16-10 or 13-10. And you go, well, they're not giving up any points. So when this team do start firing, if the defense can stay fit, these are a contender. Out of all the AFC teams, I think
defense wins tournaments, doesn't it?
They're the toughest to play at the moment, I think, of all the AFC teams. And they haven't got a particularly good offense. It's just that the defense seems to shut down pretty much every team they play.
Yeah, I think you don't want to be playing Texans. I don't think.
No. We shouldn't have to mention this because these two really bad teams. Giants 34, Raiders 10, essentially to see who gets the number 1 overall pick in next year's draft. But the Raiders were so bad in this game after mysteriously putting their 2 best players on IR. Two best players, only 2 good players on IR. This is the most blatant tanking I've ever seen.
Do you think it were tanking or just think it were there?
Yeah. No, if you leave your 2 good players out, and one of them is fucking furious about it, and he's puts a video on YouTube of him playing basketball with his supposed bad leg that he's got.
Yeah, I thought that was.
He's going to go, and he's going to request a trade. He'll get a fair whack. You give up 2 firsts for Max Crosby, I reckon.
He's a very good player.
He is a very good player. Well, he's a very good player at the fucking Raiders. He could be a monster at a proper team. Who do you reckon we'll go for him? Because if you're a team who are kind of just off the pace at the minute, maybe you're just outside the playoffs, or you're a one and done playoff team. He's the sort of player who could make a difference for your side.
How about the Colts?
You see, the Colts.
I've still got Richardson.
I still think the Colts, they're more the team they've been in the second half of the season than the team they were in the first half of the season.
Yeah, very true.
I think their start flattered them. I don't think they were ever a 7-1 team. There's every chance they're going to end up with a losing record from starting 7-1, which is fucking amazing when you think about it.
But anywhere else, I can't see where they go.
I don't know. Could you say? I mean, look at this year. Say the Jags, who are somehow 12-win team, and we still don't know how. We're going to have to go back and check, but it says 12 wins next to them. Imagine if they got a destroyer on defense, and what a difference that'd make to them.
Miami.
Again, I think Miami need a lot of bits, don't they?
I'll tell you what, where I'd love to see him go. Not that they'd ever do it. Patriots.
I mean, I don't think it's out of the question.
Don't really you can't really pull in Patriots marquee signings, can you? I know they went through the wide receiver Moss, didn't they? But they don't really tend to go for big free agency people.
Well, no, but that was a different era, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but yeah, that'd be good. Wouldn't that be a marquee signing? That
also, I could kind of see it working because their defense is good but not great.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That would possibly.
Yeah, they're not far off it being a great defense there. Saints 34, Titans 26. I tell you what, for a dead rubber, this was a fun game. Not much to say about it, but Cam Ward.
He's fun, isn't he?
He is.
He might not be very good. Yeah. I still can't make my mind up, but
I think he might be very good. Yeah. But you're not going to see it until he joins another team.
Yeah, I know.
Did he do one where we're running up and down and managed to get a touchdown? Is that the one?
There was one I saw where he scrambled for what seemed like about an hour, and then managed to escape all the tacklers, and then in the end, I don't think they actually gave it, but he got back to sort of the line of scrimmage and then just did this. He was going down and he just hooked it out to the sideline, and I think they took it in for a score. But
I think it was a penalty. He came back, but
he had his knee down.
Yeah, that is the one. Yeah.
It was really good though.
I'd really like to see him in a good team because I reckon he might be really, really good. Yeah, it's just that you're never going to see it at the Titans for at least a few years. But they're a fun team to watch at the minute.
But Saints, well, I'll tell you what, they're not a bad record now. 5 wins is it now for Saints?
6.
6 wins, gold.
And we were thinking just like 3 months ago, are they going to be winless this season? And we all said that they might go winless this year. Yeah. So, fair play for them turning it around.
Like the turnaround, yeah.
team who haven't turned things around, particularly on offense in the last God knows how long. Steelers 6, Browns 13. This was a turd of a game, an absolute turd of a game. Two clueless teams, essentially. And we've known all year that the Browns are clueless. There's no reason for the Steelers to go down to their level in this game.
Yeah, I can't comment. It's
Can't
just
add to what we said before.
No,
really.
I can't comment anymore on that.
Yeah, but all that was cut out. So because there was a preamble about fucking pigs and blankets.
But the best thing that the Pittsburgh Steelers did is not let Garrett get his record.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing. The Browns were awful. They were absolutely awful in this game.
I think if you'd have won that, would you have guaranteed the division?
I think we'd have won the division if we'd have won that.
Yeah.
But this team don't deserve to win the division.
No.
There's a bit of a shit play right at the end to try and get that touchdown in the corner. I thought you had far better options than that.
There were a few dodgy decisions, but we were so bad that you don't want to bring up. If we'd have won that, it would have been undeserved. And we've won like maybe 2 or 3 games that we haven't deserved to this year. So we didn't deserve to win that one either. But the clueless play calling on offense is just
Will you get rid of
depressing. Well, Arthur Smith, we're too loyal to people. That's the problem. What you want to do is be like Sean McVay and just go, yeah, we've had 3 bad games from you, special teams coach. We're going to get rid of you, even though we're going into the playoffs. You need to be more ruthless, and I think that's what the Steelers aren't. They can get Jeff Bollocks in off Sky, who was back last year.
He was on with Phoebe, and he was on.
Former Telly was on the blink, but no, that was his face.
I thought Teletubbies were on, but no. Jeff's back. He's like the American version of Bob Monkhouse or David Dickinson. Just how orange, he gets more orange every time.
He's a very orange man.
Still the Winnipeg Orioles or whatever they're called.
I believe
Amulets.
He's now at the Ottawa Inconsequentials. I believe he's now at. Yeah, what was that team? Montreal Alouettes.
Yeah, Alouettes.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17, Miami Dolphins 20. This was terrible as well.
Same sort of score as the Houston Texans and the Chargers, which was a good game. And
but
somehow
the quality,
yeah.
Similar score. That was the only thing that was similar about this game. This was fucking awful. And the Dolphins got fuck all to play for. The Bucks essentially could have gone to the top of their division with a win.
I think it just goes to show the massive drop-off that the Bucks have had. And I don't know why, really.
Well, Baker's broke his arm. He's played second half of the season with a broken arm.
Yeah, but
Irving's gone downhill.
Then.
Well, that's what we said. That's what we said a couple of weeks ago. Why is he still playing? You go, well, he's got to be that Baker Mayfield with one arm has still got to be their best quarterback option, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was a shit game though.
And it was. I think we worked out it was Teddy Bridgewater. I think.
It was.
2. Yeah.
But he's 83 years old.
Yeah. Well, they've got a lot of work to do. So they need a lot of work doing now. Tampa Bay. It's almost like they've had the peak and they are dropping off at Evans. I don't think we'll see much more of Evans. Godwin, another one who's injured.
I think it might be the last season of Evans. Probably at the Bucks. I think someone will pick him up.
Yeah, if what you're saying is true, and this is all caused because of Mayfield's arm, there's no reason to think that next year, once it's back to normal, Egbuka starting off as he sort of finished that period.
Yeah, but even defense has not been great this season.
The defense hasn't been good. Yeah,
they've got a defensive head coach.
The Bucks, so you'd expect that to be
that's
one of their strong points.
Yeah,
but they came out flying this season, mainly like in the air on offense, and ever since Baker did his arm in, that stopped. His passing has just been off. So if that's all it takes is for Baker to be a little bit off for their entire offense to collapse. But they're still in the position where if they win next week at home against the Panthers, they win their division. So So the best wildcard team in the NFC is going to be licking their lips at the prospect of having to face either the Bucks or the Panthers in the wildcard. Eagles 13, Bills 12. This is it fair to say the conditions played a role in this game?
I'm going to say massively, yeah.
Which game were that?
Eagles against Bills. Fucking hell.
It was a bit cold, wasn't it?
A bit wet.
It was wet. It was cold. It was windy. It was all the things you don't really want. Actually, no, wet's fine. It's fun when it's wet, I think. It's just, yeah.
The question from this game is, and everyone's talking about it on social media, was it right to go for the 2 at the end?
Yes.
When? I disagree. I'll tell you why I disagree. I'll tell you, sorry, Edgy, go on. No, go on.
It seems to me it's too risk reward. Yeah, you look amazing if it comes in, but I don't know what's the percentage of success rate for 2-point conversions.
Well, 2-point conversions is slightly above half. That's why it's worth doing. That's why the analytics, if you're
anal zone
15 points behind, are to go for the 2-pointer first.
I kind of get that. But with 3 seconds left to win or lose the game,
yeah, I think you do it.
49% is too much of a chance on the loss.
I think if you're in a position where you can make 2 yards to win a game in one play, I think that's worth going for. You're at home. It's the conditions are shit. Who knows if they're going to get even worse during the overtime. And also, when overtime starts, it goes back to 50-50 again. You got the ball in your hands with your opportunity to win it. I say you go for it. A draw suited the Eagles more.
Yeah, I'd not disagree with any of that, apart from the Eagles were awful in the second half. The Bills' defense stopped on everything. So me, I'd have said, kick the point, let's go and shut Eagles out yet again and score.
But the Eagles were coping with the Bills pretty well throughout as well.
Yeah, but they scored the 12 points in the fourth quarter, didn't the Bills? So you think momentum, the Bills had it. So I'd have kicked the point and gone and said, yeah, we'll take overtime, beat them in overtime. Because I think if you beat the Eagles, this is what it comes down to. Psychologically beating the Eagles. Now, the Eagles have come out of that and said, oh, yeah, we stopped them on this and we won. And if they'd have gone and took it to overtime and beat the Eagles, that's a big more statement. Even if the Eagles had beat Buffalo in overtime, they were getting beat anyway, so it makes no difference. So it was a win-win for Buffalo to take them to overtime and beat them in overtime.
I think you've also got to take into account the reason why it's 13-12 at that point and not 13-all, is that they'd already missed an extra.
Still got to put him up. It's not Scott Norwood now.
Even Scott Norwood probably would have made that one, but it wasn't good conditions for kicking.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But I'd have done that. But that's me.
I always think you got the opportunity to win there, and then you go for it. 1 play, 2 yards. Fucking go for it. I'd be disappointed if my team didn't. I'd rather lose trying that than get it back to level and then lose in overtime.
I think you've got a chance, to kill off the Eagles and kill them on morale as well.
But it didn't make any difference overall. That's not going to affect either team going into the playoffs. That's the problem with that game.
Well, with the Eagles getting beaten a tight one, I think, yeah. And who knows, injuries could have happened either side because of that sort of pitch. But I'd always
that's another reason why you don't want the game to go on.
Take that risk and batter the Eagles at every opportunity. But hey, we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. Both teams are 11-5 going into the final week. Both teams were already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Eagles always going to be 3rd seed. Bills always going to be a wild card. So that game essentially meant nothing. Bears 38, 49ers 42. Old school fucking sling fest. This was.
You know, I forgot about this game. I'm just looking at it now. I didn't watch and I forgot all about it.
Oh, this was great. I even put it in fucking Discord. I was saying to everyone, watch this. This is a fucking belter.
Yeah, I will do after, but yeah.
I won't. Wow. But from the review that was on the BBC website, it was like, you don't need defences. What do you need defences for? Just fucking throw the ball, catch the ball, score a goal.
Nearly 1,000 yards offense.
The most impressive thing about this is 49ers lost Trent Williams early and were without Kittle all game. And obviously they're missing their two best defense players, and they still
won. Oh, yeah, I'm lying. I'm lying because I saw a Brock Purdy scramble. I think it was.
Was that on social media?
I think it was. I think it was on social media. That.
Don't believe it. That was from 3 years ago.
Oh, McCaffrey had a good game. It's 140 yards.
I think Purdy did a couple where he ran it in as well. Yeah. He had a really good game.
Yeah. 49ers are really on the dark horses.
So did Williams, to be fair.
Yeah, do you know, 49ers are going like, no one's talking about the 49ers.
The 49ers haven't led their division all season. If they win next weekend, they're the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Crazy. That's right there.
Who they play next?
They play the Seahawks.
Seahawks, isn't it? So it's that's the game, isn't it?
Whoever wins that wins the division and is number 1 seed.
What a game that is.
Yeah, and the Seahawks have been on a long winning run.
Mm-hmm.
Like
their
the Bears.
Defense is good.
Yeah, the Bears' defense wasn't good, but then this was just like a really fun game to watch. There was, and I believe there was NFL history made because it was the first game ever. I hope this isn't Edgy's interesting stuff, but if it is, you're gonna have to come up with another one.
No.
This is the first NFL game ever to be tied at 7, to be tied at 14, to be tied at 21, to be tied at 28, and to be tied at 35.
What a brilliant stat. I want that one. Can you cut that and I'll say that later?
Yeah, definitely.
That's amazing.
Do that one later.
That is.
You'd think ever.
I've not known a game like that, I don't think.
I like that. It still amazes me where there are combinations of scores that haven't happened yet. And it's always nice when
particularly when it's in multiples of 7. Which you'd think happened quite a lot.
Yeah.
Both these teams obviously going to the playoffs. 49ers now 12-4. And as you say, Daz, very much under the radar this season. Bears 11-5. I think they're guaranteed division title. So it's just a matter of seeding now.
So the 49ers, we'll say it quietly. Is this the game where everyone's now going to start talking about them, which instantly means that they're going to have 7 injuries?
No, next week. Next week is the game.
Yeah, they'll if they win their final game, everyone will start talking about them, and that's when all the injuries come.
So,
although that said, they've had shitloads of injuries this year.
Yeah. So currently, Trent Williams out, Kittle's out. Are they out for the foreseeable?
No, Trent Williams came out as a precaution. Kittle was just out for this game.
Right.
Both should be back for next week.
So they could or should be relatively full strength.
Yeah, other than Nick Bosa, and Fred Warner, who were out for the season.
Big misses, but they've done without them.
Yeah, what innovative you get? She's been on a diet.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, big misses.
Right, sorry, yeah.
That
49ers quite good at picking them up now. Sorry, go on.
That 49ers win meant the Monday night game had practically nothing riding on it, on the grounds that no matter what happens now, because it's Seahawks against 49ers, the Rams can't win the division. So it's still a surprise they lost to the Falcons, though. But you got the feeling they were going through the motions a bit in the first half. The Rams, they only perked up a bit because they looked like they might get embarrassed.
When I went to bed, it was half time. Was it 21? Was it 17-0?
It was 21-0. I think at half time.
Yeah, and I thought there's no way they come back from this. Obviously, check the score in the morning, and
they had come back from it.
Was it? I think they had a defensive score, so it sort of tries to make it look a bit better.
The first game after they sacked their special teams coach, they block a field goal and return it for a touchdown. So maybe McVay was right. Has been proven right already. But that first half.
I was going to say also with the Rams losing, it's not the only thing they've lost, because apparently Stafford is no longer the favourite for the MVP after this loss.
Just getting onto it now.
Really? What, the odds have gone from 2-1 on to against just due to one game?
He was massively on at the time.
Yeah, he was like 2-1 on.
So he is now 3-1 second favourite.
Yeah.
What odds swing like that?
Well, these odds.
The favourite is now 1-4 on
Drake
May.
Drake May. Yeah. Third choice, T-Law, 150-1. So it's
third is 150.
Yeah, 2-horse race.
I'm sorry, as good a season as Drake May's had, Matt Stafford done a better season. Bearing in mind at the start of the season, he essentially, they were umming and ahhing over whether he'd even play this year because he had a dodgy back. So I think he's had a much better season than Drake May. As good as Drake May's been.
Let's put Drake May in the Rams and Stafford in at the Pats. Who does better or worse than the current team? Do you know what I mean?
Well, the Pats are already doing well, but they do better with Matt Stafford, who's a better quarterback.
The change around in reversal of fortune from last year to this year has been phenomenal from the Patriots.
Yeah.
True. But I don't think that's just the quarterback. I think that's lots of improvements in that team.
Granted, whereas the Rams haven't, I wouldn't say have improved, they haven't got worse. They've just been consistently good.
The Rams started last year really badly and finished strong. I can't even remember if they actually got into the play. Oh no, they narrowly lost to the Eagles in the playoffs, didn't they?
Yes, that's right.
So I always thought the Rams would be good this year.
Did you think that the Patriots would be good this year?
I believe in our preseason predictions, I've got them down as most improved team.
I think I got them down to win the division.
Shut up.
That was one of the changes.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's skip that. But
yeah.
But the Falcons, yet again, winning a game where I put them down to lose, but so did everyone else. So it doesn't matter to me.
The NFC West is why do we have to be in that division?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Look, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. I mean,
yeah, but you got to bear in mind that the reason their records are so good is because they have to play you twice.
Yeah, but
fair comment.
It is fair, yeah. We lost to the Titans. Move on. Random rookie roulette.
Random rookie roulette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Random rookie roulette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Random rookie roulette.
I heard your boy mention Daz, your defensive player. Did he come back on?
Are we talking rookies all of a sudden?
We are, yeah. I thought that's where you were going.
Oh, it was. I was just going to introduce it properly, but it looks like I just have. So it's fine.
Now I should be able to remember.
But the tradition is we start with Jordan James, who may well be part of the number one seed in the NFC come postseason. And you've got to admire his consistency. Edgy, what's your go-to?
I was expecting quite because the Patriots have got massive injury problems at receiver, so I knew he was going to get a little bit more of a look in, and I thought he'd take the opportunity, but I don't think he did really. He had 5 targets, completed for 3, 20 yards in total. It was a bit underwhelming given the fact that he was utilised far more.
You'd had to pad your stats against the Jets.
You'd like to think so, yeah. But,
go on, Daz.
Yeah.
Well, for the 3rd week, maybe the 4th week in a row, didn't even bother playing.
What's your guy's name?
I'm all right, mate, but we're talking about rookie.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Did he get on the field?
Nope.
He's done a Jordan James, as it's now known. So for all I know, that he's actually active now. He's no longer listed as IR, just in case you were concerned that it was making a difference to his availability. But Jordan James is active.
Oh, well, there we go. That's the world's a happier place.
I wonder, say the Seahawks go out into an early lead, a comfortable lead against the 49ers. Second half, they're not going to want to risk like CMC or anything, are they? Yeah. So I'm hoping.
How are you coming in?
I'm thinking Jordan James may be on the field for part of week 18.
Switch it round. If the Seahawks were out in front, maybe we could see how I come out and have a go.
Can do. All right, on to our defensive stalwarts.
Yes, which they are.
And Jihad Campbell had his best game for a while. 4 solo, 7 assists for Jihad Campbell of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nice. Against
The Bills.
The Bills, of course, yeah. Then we go to Edgy, who has got
Jalen Walker, Atlanta Falcons, linebacker versus the LA Rams.
Yes.
One solo tackle.
Oh, a good tackle, though. Okay. So my guy, Corey Schweinsteiger, again topped the defense, which I think he has done a majority of the season.
To be fair, he was playing against the Steelers offense. You got to take into account the quality of the opposition.
Yeah, he's still got to be in the right place at the right time. And Schweinsteiger got 9 tackles, 3 solo. So that's
So that's less than Jihad Campbell.
What did Jihad Campbell have?
4 solo, 7 assists.
Not really. No, he had 9 total tackles, 3 of them solo.
So Jihad Campbell's 11.
Yeah, and Schweinsteiger's 12.
No, it's not. You said it was 3 and 6.
No, I didn't. I said
9 for anyone's money.
Total 9. His solos were 3.
The 3 are included in the
total. Yes, you've already won for the season.
No. The 6 assisted. No, what they've done there is passed them out. The role is, but he's just giving them other people.
Oh, wait. It's a shame. He could have won this week if he hadn't done that.
Should we vote on who's won?
I'm going to vote for Jordan James.
I am as well, then.
Well done, Jordan.
Next week's predictions.
I forgot to bother anyone to get the predictions, so we have to do it this way again.
There's another wheel. Could have had my wheel.
I've got this wheel as well. The plebs have gone for Cardinals, Ravens, Panthers, Browns, Giants, Lions, Packers, Texans, Chiefs, Chargers, Dolphins, Saints, Jets, 49ers, Jaguars, Commanders.
Other than the Raiders and the Titans, I'm fairly happy with doing the reverse there.
Well, we'll see.
Like you say, though, last game of the season, you don't know what size they're going to put out, do you?
Yeah, could be weird. Teams who've got already in the playoffs who can keep their players back a week will probably do it if it's not going to affect their seeding or anything. Last week, I got no score on the wheel. So no matter what I'm still on 151. Daz got +5 on the wheel and then got 10 right, putting him on 166. Yeah.
Good week.
Edgy got 8 right. And I can't remember what you got. Did you get nothing?
No score.
You got normal. You got a normal week, didn't you? And then the plebs, who Edgy went along with on most of these, for some tactical reason, and now level with him again because they got the +5 on, I think it was the Jags.
Oh, shit. I just sort of realised that. Let's do the wheel and see what we get. Because mine's are going to be 16 in front or 16 behind here, aren't I? as the crow flies.
Yeah. You could be. That's only if they get all of them right. Which, looking at some of their picks, seems unlikely.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're both on 147, just 4 behind me. So you close the gap due to me having nothing for a week.
Nice.
All right, so week 18. These are in alphabetical order because when I got this list, the TV games hadn't been decided. But Daz does get to go first.
Yeah, and quite rightly. So my first prediction will be the Los Angeles.
Do you want to know what game it is?
Sorry, go on. Yeah, absolutely, please. If you can tell me that, it would help, rather than me guessing, of course.
Texans.
Well, I assume you're going to go Texans, yeah. Edge's Cardinals at LA Rams.
Oh, really? Oh, in that case, then, I'll go LA Rams, please.
The Rams may not have much to play for. That's all I'm saying in that game. Despite that, I still think they're going to be better.
I'm going to go for the Rams because the plebs have gone for the Cardinals. This is going to be a common theme.
The AFC North decider, Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers. Because apparently even shit divisions deserve a winner.
Does home advantage mean anything?
Not really in this game. Steelers and Browns, home advantage seems to count for a lot.
I'll go Ravens, me. Form team momentum.
Form team on their run of one in a row.
Compared to one lost in a row.
One in a row defeat, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Steelers were fucking awful last week. It was embarrassing. It was a season low in terms of performance. I'm going for the Steelers.
I'm going for the Steelers because the plebs have gone for the Ravens.
And that sometimes that's all the thought that needs to go into it.
Right.
Another division decider. So we've got 3 of these on the final day, which is pretty tasty. Panthers at Bucks. Daz.
Both of these teams have lost 2 games, haven't they?
No, Panthers won the week before when they beat the Bucks.
Oh, they did, yeah. And
Bucks why they've got that 1-game lead.
Yeah.
If the Bucks win this, they both finish on 8 and 9, but the Bucks have the better divisional record, which will see them top.
I'm going to go for Buccaneers.
I'll
say that with very little faith.
Like the AFC North, some divisions don't deserve a winner. This one kind of feels like that. Yeah. I will look at who's been the most fun this year, and I think the Panthers have been quite a lot of fun. So I'm going for the Panthers.
I'm going for the Buccaneers as the plebs have
have gone for Panthers. Yeah. In the AFC North, nothing game. Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati Bengals. The Browns, even though they beat the Steelers, they were fucking dreadful. If that's a guide for anything.
Yeah. Listen, I think Browns is Super Bowl last week. Bengals for this one.
Yeah, the Bengals will win this. I think by loads as well.
I think I will go for... Who will I go for? That's right. I'm going to go with the Bengals because the plebs have gone for the Browns.
Obviously, the Giants are going to beat the Cowboys. Yeah. I
think one of us will probably hit the bankrupt today. I've just got that feeling.
Well, Wheel of Fortune logic suggests it's going to happen at some point. Lions at Bears. Bears, for seeding purposes, there's something riding on this. Detroit, there's nothing to play for, but it's still divisional rivals.
And don't forget the head coach as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Lions. They don't want to be beat by their former offensive coach in the last game.
True. I'm going to go for the Bears. So I think the Lions have just given up so many points.
They might not want to be beaten, but they will be. Bears for me.
Okay, Packers at Vikings. Packers, this is a difficult one. Packers are definitely in the playoffs. And the Vikings could end this game with as many wins as the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Packers have got that tie. They're always going to finish.
According to BBC, a draw.
Oh, yeah, a draw. So
I'm quack. Thanks.
This is a tough one because Vikings are a form team at the moment. I'm going to go for Green Bay.
Oops. I'm going to go for the Vikings. I think they've been playing with a little bit of spirit ever since they got eliminated. And I think for them to end this season where they've been so bad for the first 3 quarters of it with a winning record would actually be quite good. So I'm going for the Vikings.
Yeah, and they are in form at the moment. So the fact
and more importantly, the plebs haven't gone for them.
Packers, yeah. But I think I probably would have gone with the Vikings anyway. I think the Packers have shit the bed.
But Packers have lost so many players. Losing 2 of their O-line is the main reason why I don't think they'll bring Love back their final game. Because why risk it? Colts at Texans. Texans do need a win here to have a chance of winning the division.
Yeah.
Colts are going to be playing Riley.
You're right.
At quarterback.
What's happened to Phillip?
Well, they've drafted this guy. They're going to give him a go. You're not going to learn anything by having Philip Rivers playing this game.
Well, no,
that's
there's
true.
Nothing on it, I suppose.
Riley
Leonard.
Leonard. I knew it began with an M.
Yeah,
I was thinking McLeod for some reason. I've got no idea who the fuck's Riley McLeod.
No idea. Ray McLeod.
When did they? Oh, he's only been
They-
drafted this year.
You see, I think he took over from Harold Carmichael. You go Texans, does?
Yeah.
So did I. It's almost like Edgy doesn't realise he's supposed to say the team he thinks.
Who did the Plebs go for? Texans. So I suppose I've got to go with the Colts, haven't I? Okay, I'm not so happy with that one, but
He's a big fan of Riley McLeod.
Who isn't?
You never know. He might just be unstoppable, and have 50 completed passes for 6 touchdowns, and
Yeah, and you
Hey,
can't
it's
have
not gonna
unstoppable without stoppable, as they say, as the old saying goes. Chiefs at the definitely not tanking Raiders.
I hate the Chiefs, so I'll go for the Chiefs.
Yeah, well, yeah, even as bad as the Chiefs have been recently, the Raiders are definitely tanking. I know officially no one tanks. They're fucking tanking. It makes no sense for the Raiders to even attempt to win this game.
No.
Obviously, I'm going for the Chiefs.
you've laid this one up for me nicely.
Raiders?
Look, if it happens, I mean, it's not going to happen, but if it happens, I'm going to look amazing.
Okay, I'll put you down for the Raiders.
Thank you.
If that happens, I will eat my own arse.
Has anyone picked the Raiders before?
I picked them last week. In fact, I think you did as well. They were playing the Giants.
No, I played. I said the Giants, so when I set Raiders.
Yeah, although to be fair, if I'd have known they'd put Bowers and Crosby on IR before that game, I may have gone for the Giants. Chargers at Broncos.
Oof. I'm going to go Chargers.
Oh, I reckon the Chargers might rest up this week. They can't win their division. They can't. They're guaranteed wild card. I reckon they might take the opportunity to rest a few bones. I'm going to go for the Broncos.
Give Johnny Herbert a rest.
Edgy, you still need to say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You still need to...
Who's playing?
Texans. It is.
Right. So yeah, Texans. No, Broncos for me because the Plebs have gone for the Chargers. Go Bo Nix.
Okay. Dolphins at Patriots. Patriots, are they win and be number 1 seed? I think that's where they stand.
I think you're right. Which I'm going to go for them, especially at home against the fair weather Dolphins.
Well, the weather's not going to be fair in fucking New England first week of January. I'm going for the Patriots also, and Edgy has to with his tactic of being the anti-pleb.
I think I would have done anyway.
Okay, now here's an interesting one. What have the Saints won? 4 in a row?
I'm playing well.
Although they were given a good game last week. Falcons have just beaten the Rams. Saints at Falcons.
There'll be a shutout this week. That's how they go.
I'd love to see Saints win this. So I'm going to go for the Falcons.
It's one of those, and you can make arguments for them both to win and or lose. Falcons.
Well, I'm not going for the Falcons. I'm going for the Saints, which means the Falcons
are going to win. Excellent. So I'll go with the Falcons then.
You'd already in the Falcons on the grounds the plebs have gone for the Saints.
Yeah. But overriding that, you've not gone for them, so that means they're going to win.
Yeah, that's more than enough. We have got the New York Jets still in with a shout of being the number 1 overall draft pick.
Say seed.
No. Very no. At Buffalo Bills. So New York Jets traveling to the one proper New York team.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills.
Edgy obviously has to go for the Bills on the grounds the plebs have gone for the Jets.
And the fact that they're playing the Jets.
The big decider in the NFC West and NFC for the number 1 overall seed in the NFC and the NFC West Division title, Seahawks at 49ers.
I'm glad I've taken the decision out of my hand on this one because this is a horrible game to call.
This is the game of the week for me.
It's arguably the game of the season.
Yeah, with a lot riding on it. Seahawks defense. 49ers, why not?
Well, because the Seahawks won't win. I'll tell you what I reckon about the 49ers, who I'm going to go for to win this game. They look fresh due to all the injuries they had at the start of the season. They look fresh going into the playoffs. If they can avoid injuries in the playoffs, I think they're in a very good position. I'm going for the 49ers and for the Seahawks. Titans at Jags. Jags need to win to hold off the Texans for the divisional title. As well as the Titans have been playing.
The irrepressible Jags for me.
The unimpressible Jags. I agree. I still think they're one and done in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they go all the way, that'd be criminal.
Jags looked really good.
The only time I've been impressed with them, really impressed with them this year, is against the Broncos.
Yeah, where their defense actually surprised me more than anything else. But
it's irrelevant, Edgy.
I know, yeah, I've got to go with the Titans, but I think Jacksonville will win.
And the final game, which is normally the big TV game, but luckily, even being in the NFC East isn't enough for this to be shown on TV. It's Commanders at Eagles. Edgy's obviously going for the Eagles.
I'm with Edgy. Eagles for me.
I can't see past the Eagles.
I'm a realist.
This is the later of 9. Is it 9?
If it's not on telly, is it?
No, it'll be on Red Zone, won't it?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's in the second.
I thought you meant branch. The Steelers was the early game and this was the late game. Like, fucking hell. Okay, it's the wheel time. It's going to be Daz first with his current lead. You can handle pretty much anything on here that isn't bankrupt. Yeah.
I think as we enter the playoffs, you should add a bankrupt to the wheel.
I will add a bankrupt to the wheel in the playoffs. Right.
Because I'm bankrupt. This is one I made earlier.
No score.
Okay.
Might be a blessing, might be a curse.
Daz has got the one that I had last week.
Yeah. No score.
It's good to be able to do this a week early. Save me having to update the spreadsheet as much.
So what am I behind, Daz? 19, so I still can't get in front. Oh, I might be able to.
I know you can. It depends what you land on.
Yeah, true.
Right, so this is mine. I'm currently on 151. Well, it's better than last week's, assuming I get at least 2 right.
So is that just means you score what you score, and then at the end of that you just take one off?
Take one off.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not really too much.
Well, Edgy and the plebs are neck and neck on 147. Edgy, do you want to go first or second?
First, please.
Oh,
happy days.
You can get 5 points on 2 games. Which 2 games?
Oh, have I got to pick them?
Yeah.
Oh, cock. Right. So I need stone cold fucking.
Bearing in mind, we tried to do that last week for the plebs with their 3 choices. I've got 2 of those.
And also, you don't know who's going to play, do you?
That's a gamble.
Oh, fucking hell. Right. So not them. Oh my God, this is. Right, so normally your safe bet would be to go right. Even though I've not picked them, can I go with Jaguar? No, I can't.
No. You've got to go for the ones that you picked.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, okay. Tits. Right, the Bills.
This is where your tactics come to bite you in the ass.
Yeah, the Bills have got to beat the Jets, haven't they?
You'd have thought so.
Okay, so that's 1. And then let's say Patriots need to win to get the first seed, don't they? So they're not going to put a shit side out.
This would have been so much easier if you hadn't gone for the Raiders.
It would, yes, that is correct. I'm tempted to go with the Rams, but that feels sacrilegious. Because there's no way the Cards are going to beat them.
But you have already gone for the Rams. If the Cardinals lose, you might as well get 5 points for it.
I like that thinking there. But I still think Patriots are a better bet. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I'll call them Patriots for short.
Okay. Oh, that's added a whole extra level of pressure I wasn't expecting there.
Yeah, but it's a positive one. So,
yeah,
no matter what.
Well, not if I don't get it. Then it'll look like all right.
Nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Yeah. Interesting.
Let's have a look. This is for the plebs. Oh, normal week for the plebs. Okay, we are pretty much done. We just have to wrap things up in the traditional way, which is with Edgy's interesting stat.
Edgy's interesting stat.
So we've mentioned
Not
Drake
necessarily.
May.
All right.
And I always like stats when it's a first to be done, given, I always think sometimes when they say, oh, it's the first in franchise history, that doesn't really paint the picture, does it? Because it could just be
ever in the NFL. Ever.
Yeah,
ever.
Which is why your one
Ever.
earlier about
Forever?
Ever. The scores was really good because that is unbelievable. But Drake May obviously having a really good season. He is the first quarterback in NFL history to get in one game 90% pass completion and 250 passing yards and 5 touchdowns.
Edgy's interesting stat.
Given the era of the quarterbacks, the Elways and all the other famous ones I can't remember, that's quite a
Jeff
phenomenal.
George.
Exactly. And Josh Johnson, who played well on Christmas Day, ish.
All right, it weren't too bad, was it, to be fair?
No, it wasn't the car crash I was expecting.
I think that was it. Everyone was expecting a car crash, and because it wasn't a car crash, everyone's going, he played all right.
Fair play. But yeah, so given that this is the first time it's happened, I thought that was quite the achievement. So well done, May Drake.
Very good. He's top for accuracy this year, isn't he? He's the only one over 70% accuracy for the season.
Which, when you think about it, takes some doing.
Particularly, I mean, if he was throwing 10 passes a game, less so, but he's not. He's coming out throwing.
Yeah.
So
Which he does.
Yeah, that was an interesting stat. Unfortunately, now we have to have Dazzle's fact attack.
Dazzle's fact attack.
Well, thank you very much for that, Greggles, and thank you, Edgy, for that. Really, 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 really good stat. So I'm gonna, with
it wasn't really good. It was interesting for
interesting as well. Yeah, man's a stat fact which I've just lost. Here we go. This is it. So here we go. So I'm gonna
clear your throat.
Paint a picture for you. Right.
This isn't does Rolf Harris. This
thankfully out. Oh. So I'm going to go back and we're going to talk about the San Diego Chargers of 2010, which that season the Chargers had a top-ranked offense and the top-ranked defense in the league. So it says no team averaged more yards on offense in 2010 than 395.6. The Chargers were responsible for, and they trailed only the Patriots when it came to the most points per game with 441. New England had 518. The team, which was still based in San Diego, which I would have thought that's why they call the San Diego Chargers at that point, was also the squad to beat when it came to yards allowed. As their defense,
are you going to wait till he finishes Edgy before telling him? Or okay,
as their defense surrendered only 271.6 on average, and was in the top 10 in points allowed with 322. That was good enough to finish 9-7, but was not good enough to make the playoffs after the Chargers ended up in second place in the AFC West.
I mentioned this a few weeks ago.
Did we?
Yeah, I literally talked about it. Yeah, we were talking about the importance of special teams. And one year, the Chargers had the best defense and offense and missed out.
And it didn't take 3 minutes for him to communicate it.
Okay, well, I've got another one. Did you know what Rule 17 is in the NFL?
That's a question. Objection, my lord.
For those who...
just before, is there an NFL rule book that has like 1 to 250?
2.4 billion. So what is Rule 17 in the NFL, I ask you?
That's a question.
What you asked me.
That was a question,
yeah.
Okay. We didn't ask
you. Might have been thinking...
Can you tell me what Rule 17 is in the NFL?
Well, no, because I can only do interesting facts.
No! You can't do
No, only facts.
They can do a fight. Okay, then. So
Week 17.
qbscpod@gmail.com.
No more champagne, and the fireworks are through. Here we are, me and you, feeling lost and feeling blue. It's the end of the party, and the morning seems so great. So unlike yesterday, now's the time for us to stay. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have our hopes, our will to try. If we don't, we might as well lay down and die. You and I. Sometimes I see how the brave new world arise, and I see how it thrives in the ashes of our lives. Oh yes, man is a fool, and he thinks he'll be okay, dragging on feet of clay, never knowing he's astray, keeps on going anyway. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have our hopes, our will to try. If we don't, we might as well lay down and die. You and I.
Pendulous breast.